subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Telemachus, I think that's your name.
Yeah, what's up, man? I was wondering if I could talk about the Trump first couple of weeks of the Trump presidency, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so I read this book years ago. I'm kind of a nerd, so I apologize, Tariq. I read this book years ago called The Prince by Machiavelli.
Right.
And I read this other book by Machiavelli called The Discourses of Titus Livy. These are books been around for hundreds of years. And there's this quote in this book that Machiavelli says about men who use power. Machiavelli compares men who use power to a lion and to a fox. And Machiavelli says a fox evades the traps his enemies set up for him, and a lion intimidates and cowers his enemies. That's Niccolo Machiavelli, the Italian political philosopher. What I find interesting about the Trump presidency is how Trump is able to, whether if I like it or not, impose his will on countries like Colombia, Canada, Mexico, and Panama. He's able to do these really, really off-the-wall things, we think, and then achieve his objective. And what I find interesting is I'm looking at the Biden administration versus the Trump administration. Under the Biden administration, right, we had that disastrous pullout in Afghanistan. We had the Democratic Party have a hearing on reparations, but they didn't proceed. It's very interesting on how this conservative Republican billionaire has come to power, political power. He's always had economic power, but now he has political power. And he's willing to do what he needs to do to get his goals accomplished. And so I think it's not just about the politics. It's not just about the policies. It's also about, are you willing to do what you need to do to get these goals achieved? And it seemed like Mr. Biden and Vice President Harris were not willing to do what they needed to do to achieve their goals. But Mr. Trump, within 2 to 3 weeks, has accomplished a great deal of what he said he was going to do on the campaign trail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That's very good points you hit on, man. And listen, with Trump, and Trump is putting a smackdown on folks. Like, he got Canada to bow down, Mexico to bow down. They're going to put people on the border in Canada and Mexico and use their resources to secure these borders. And he's putting a smackdown on folks. So Trump has come in hot and just dropping the hammer, doing everything he said he was going to do. And that's why it's working for him. So I want y'all to understand how power is. Power, man, even if it's brutal to a certain degree, people associate strength with stability. You understand? Even if the public might believe that, this is real, he's kind of going overboard or whatever, they still think, okay, look, this firm grip on power, that prevents chaos and disorder, you see? But yeah, Trump is putting these tariffs on people and just really just going roughshod. And it's all about fear and intimidation. A lot of politicians, when they display brute strength and can instill fear, that leads people to respect them out of survival instincts. You understand? You're gonna respect them, just like with Canada and Mexico. And what was that other country? Was it Colombia? They were talking shit like, yeah, we ain't taking no criminals, we ain't taking these people back. Oh, he said, yes, the hell you are. When these tariffs get to eat your ass up, you gonna take them. And okay, yeah, we'll take them. People can respect that. You see? And there's like an authority bias. See, people are conditioned to respect authority figures, even when they are brutal to a certain degree. As long as the politician projects competence and control, the public, they look at that as legit, you know? And also this projection of power on the world stage, like a strong or even a ruthless leader, you can make a nation appear powerful internationally. You see, and the citizens, they respect a leader who can display dominance like over other nations, because it elevates the country's status. See, us allowing people to just walk up in here, let's keep it a bean. With the Democrats, with Biden and Kamala, they make this country look weak. The country looked weak under Biden. Is running around here. He can't form a coherent sentence. You got Biden running around here bumbling and babbling. You got Democrat politicians, dudes running around here with dresses on. I'm not knocking your personal lifestyle. I'm just telling you what the world sees. You got a lot of these politicians who were Democrats running around here, dudes with dresses on, dude, in front of the world stage. You understand? And now the border's wide open. People can just mosey up in here. That makes a country look hella weak. And people just got tired of looking weak. You dig? The economy's janky, and then people just got tired of us having a weak looking nation. And then people are trying to depend on their racism. And we're rising up against that. We're not allowing that to happen. So it's just disorder. So people wanted some level of order, you know? Very interesting. Let's get hold on, Miss the ultimate DJ. Hop in, man.
Peace and blessings, brother Tariq. How you?
I'm good. How are you, beloved?
I'm standing. Tariq, I'm the other person that runs the reparations page. I'm the one that coined the term reparations for us would boost the economy and grow the middle class.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my page. I just want to introduce myself. I've not had a chance to get up with you just yet, but I'm gonna get up with you soon. I was the one that was reaching out to Nikki the God that time. I'm also brother Randy Short will kind of maybe verify me because I used to be on the blog talk radio with him and Sister Empress, and brother Rizza will probably verify me as well because I'm one of the mentions in the final call.
Oh, cool.
You feel
Okay,
me?
well, we need to chop it up. Definitely. Send me an email so we can really, really chop it up. Absolutely. Let's get Furball in here. Furball?
TBF Furball in the bit, aka FBA Fur. What up, Tariq and my FBA family?
What's up, Fur? How you doing, brother?
Man, you know I'm out here in the white chilling. Hey, Yoshi G, put them titties up. You got a nigga distracted, goddammit. Hey, Tariq, I came in here for one reason, man. You know, I'm out here in the white. I'm going through a lot out here, my man. And I haven't heard you do the Majora Spirit prayer. So I'm gonna ask that before you end that, can you do that for me, man? And if you can, include me in it, cause man, I just got into some shit out here, and I had some crackers come out here playing with me on my yard, and I end up having to, show them what time it was with me with that thing on me. So I've been my energy just been everywhere. So if you can just drop that spirit, let the ancestors know Furbo out here in the Y on his own. He needs some love, goddammit. Yeah, and again, that's all I need from you.
Now where you at? What, you in Hawaii or where you at?
Bruh, this me, this Furball out here in the Y. I'm the nigga with the boots on and in the jacket on September 14th. I'm the one who got Freeze Love to finish his set. God damn.
Oh yeah, you at the music. I remember you. Yeah, good brother, man. Yeah, how's everything? Everything cool in Hawaii?
To be honest with you, man, it's so much. So I'm out here in Ocean View, right? And it's racist as hell. And I got into it with some white lady in the store, right? And she tried to push me out the store, so I pushed her arm up. And imagine this. This was right on February 1st, Black History Month. She tried to push me out the store, and I pushed her arm away, right? So I'm chilling at my car wash. I had built the car wash out here, right? And two crackers pull up. Now, when they pull up, he got this long beard on his chest, and I'm like, I already see this thing. The energy ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So he pull up, and he like, hey man, I just want to holler at you. I just want to holler at you. And I'm like, what you want to holler at me about? Man, you put your hands on that woman up there. And I'm like, dog, listen, I ain't put my hands on shit. She put her hands on me, and I just moved her hands and tell her don't touch me. And he was like, well, you crossed the line. Don't be doing that. All he heard was this. Hey, this all he heard. Hey, Tariq, this all he heard. And I was like, what you mean? What you mean, Crocker? What's happening? And then the other boy, it was another little mixed Hawaiian dude come up on me like, hey, nah, man, it ain't like. I'm like, yes, it is like that. So I pushed him out of the way. He like, don't push me. So man, listen, man. Long story short, I got him off my yard. Somebody seen us out there, seen me with the pistol. And the crackers came. They talked to me, And like I said, man, my spirits is just crazy right now. So I'm gonna just need you to drop that prayer for your boy out here. Like I said, I am from Tampa. I'm a 100% foundational Black American nigga. Ain't no tether in me, and I don't play about that shit either, nigga. I'm a Vox. I was a Vox before I changed my name to Ball. I changed my name to Ball out here in Hawaii because it's so easy to change your name out here because they ain't want to give me no job because my criminal record and all that shit out there in Tampa. But yeah, man, we was Voxes out there in Tennessee. My grandma was still a Steele out there from Alabama. My mama from Alabama. She was Evelyn Steele. So yeah, ain't no tether in me, and I don't play about y'all. So and I got nothing but love and respect for you, Tariq. So yeah, drop that majority spirit for a real nigga, man. That prayer dog, cause I need it.
My brother, thank you so much, brother. Yes, indeed. Shout out to brother Fur, very passionate brother. Well, let me throw a prayer for my brother now, because my brother, let me get that spirit to calm him down. Everybody, bow your heads. We're gonna give a prayer for our brother Fur. Most High, Creator of all, we honor the Majora spirit within us, especially our brother Fur Ball. The ancestral power flows through our veins, guiding us with wisdom, strength. May we walk with the grace of our ancestors, those who have come before us, and honor their sacrifices. Let the energy of Majara protect us from harm, uplift our spirits, and guide us towards our true purpose. With every step, may we embrace the sacred power within, the spirit that has carried us through trials and tribulations. We ask for clarity, strength, and peace as we lead and live with purpose rooted in our divine heritage. Through the Majara spirit, we are connected, we are whole, we are powerful. Amen, ladies and gentlemen. That was for our brother Fur. Yes, indeed. And Hawaii is pretty cool. Well, my brother Fur had to turn up in Hawaii. Hawaii is laid back, so it must have been something to get the brother to turn up out there in Hawaii. Let's get Doctor in here. Doctor, hop in.
Hey, what up, Tariq? Top of the morning. How you doing?
Good.
One, I wanna share with you my perspective on something. And before you kick me down, just don't kick me down when I'm done, because I just want to say something probably when you respond. But I wanna know what you think about my perspective, right?
Go ahead.
My perspective is we're never gonna be on equal footing with these people in this land, right? I think systemic racism is gonna perpetually exist. I don't see us combating that to the point where we're in the at least on the equal footing or in power in totality, right? So my position was always when I get enough money, I want to move my family somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know where it is safe for the black person on earth, but I know here I'm not safe, right? And I just want to know your position on at least that right there, right? Um as far as like do you see in the future us even being on equal footing or in power totality? Do you see us needing to have to leave because of the injustices we're going to face perpetually? That's kind of like what I wanted to know from you.
Where do you think you're going to be safe on this planet from white supremacy? Name the country.
Oh, I clearly I had said that I don't know where, and I know it ain't nowhere safe from us, but I know I hate it here. I know I hate it here.
There's no country that's safe. There's only one place that's safe from white supremacy, but you can't even go there. That's North Sentinel Island. That's the only place. They'll kill anybody who goes there, including the white supremacists. Only place they don't go down. Everywhere else, you're going to be dealing with white supremacy. You cannot escape it. Anywhere you go, you're going to be dealing with it directly or indirectly. You go to Africa, you're dealing with white supremacy in Africa. They got their puppet leaders who's carrying out the daily activities of white supremacy over there. You go to the Caribbean, you got the puppet leaders who's carrying out the daily activities of white supremacy. You go to certain places in the Caribbean full of black folks, the white people control the land, the resources, the businesses. Places like Jamaica, there's places where the local Jamaicans can't even go on their own beaches in their own land. I'm just telling you, this is white supremacy is global. You might as well just deal with it right here and fight it here on your ancestral land. Let's get brother Kareem in the building.
What's going on,
Can we
Flex?
not?
How you
Can we
doing
not
tonight, man?
find? Yeah, no.
Uh,
I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead.
I get you, Narcissus. I get you. I get you in a second. Kareem, what's up, brother?
I'm pretty good, man. Yeah, I want to tap in on that whole Trump thing, man. Man, I'm glad that everybody talking about like how the Miss Deb lady talking about all this stuff that Trump's doing, man. But Trump ain't did nothing to us. And all of that
Right.
other stuff that he's doing ain't even none of our concern, man.
Right.
Like the Democrats have in the past, and like how they always do. He hasn't done anything to us. And like you always say, he may not have went out and done something for us, but man, they do not have the rifle of white supremacy aimed at us like that, man. So people leave that alone and man, and let Trump cook, man, and quit worrying about these other folks because they definitely not worried about us. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So
sir,
yeah, I just wanted to drop that, man, and I'm a land right
thank you so much. All right, narcissist, what's up, brother?
Man, I'm a white separatist coming in
Oh,
to an unfamiliar space, but I believe you actually kind of agree with me on certain things, wouldn't you?
it depends. It depends. Like, what's your basic ideology? How do you feel about
The same,
black?
the same thing. I just really just don't want to with you people. I really don't. I don't. I want Bill Gates to stop with Africa. I want Bill Gates to stop sending all these experimental drugs over to Africa. Okay, I want to. I don't want to touch it. I want people to be left alone to their own devices and to build civilizations that are in their own image, rather than being infested upon by one another. And this is clearly become an absolutely failed experiment that we have done. Of course, it is propagated by the Jews. I'm assuming you know that, Tariq. But yes, I believe that in totality, and it's not even hostility. I just
Let's slow,
genuinely believe.
let's slow down because I want to address some of the stuff you're saying, narcissist. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. Let's slow down because you're saying a lot. Let's address it and take your time. We got time. We got time. We're not in a rush. We can slowly discuss and unpack everything you're saying. Now, we're going to take time. We're going to take time with
Absolutely, go
you. All
for it.
right. Now you were talking about Africa. I'm not a continental African. I'm a foundational Black American.
Okay.
So this is my homeland, and this is my home here. In fact, many of the Aboriginal people on this land, called America now, were black-skinned people. So my ancestry goes here thousands of years. That mixed in later with the Africans. So let's be clear. Um,
Well, hold on 1 second. I just want to make this clear. So your point is saying that the actual native North American United States, as we know it's now today, is was affirmatively black in the beginning. Is that what you're saying?
there were black people here. What we know as a Native American is a Hollywood version of basically the um, Asiatic looking red native. Usually the Plains Indians, that's who they portray as the prototypical Native Americans, but there were Black Aboriginal people here, according to the eyewitnesses, all of the white explorers, science, DNA, and archaeology. There were Black people here on this land, as there were Black people all over. I mean, Black people populated all over the planet, and that includes this place. So if you want to separate, where are you going to go as a white supremacist?
Certainly. Well, white supremacist, I think, would be a very difficult term to describe myself as. I don't necessarily. I mean, that could be described as many ways. As like, am I certainly better than you? Am I this? Am I that? I wouldn't say so. You clearly have intellect, but at the same time, I have a different, the genetic culture that is something completely separate from yours. That
Like
that
what?
is
Like
to
how?
say. That is to say that I live in a community that is more comfortable for me, that would be completely alien to you.
Like
Okay.
what? Like, an example.
Very polite small talk, things like that. Poverty work. What do you say? Pardon me, it's been late. Community
Wait,
work, little things like that. So it's just the
slow,
kind.
slow down. Let's unpack that. So you're saying polite small talk is something that's would be foreign to me as a black person? Polite small talk?
No, I wouldn't necessarily that, but it's not saying that you as an individual are not capable of such a thing. It's more just like that is a common culture of white nations. And that's not saying, and I'm genuine in this. You can go to India, you can go to China, you can go anywhere you want, and you can see things that are completely alien to one another that just don't make any sense. And yet the people are satisfied. They really
Mm,
are. So, and they're happy with what they live under. North Korea, South Korea, India, Persia, whatever. It doesn't even matter. You can go throughout history. These people are comfortable in what they are dealing with.
Now,
Um,
now, narcissist, where in you when your family got here to the US, did they get here through Ellis Island like the 1920s?
it was actually we were German immigrants from
Okay,
about 4 generations ago.
okay. Early 1900s, right? Okay.
Well, granted, this was, and I mean, you can hate on it or not, but it was very clearly stated in the early doctrines of the United States' Constitution that it was supposed to be a nation of white men of good standing. Now, understandable, this whole slave thing did happen. Okay, so I'm not going to pretend like that didn't. And
Right.
it's not a great thing. I'm not gonna pretend that it was, oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there is some sort of understanding that has to be had of what has been done. So yeah, we brought you here and now we're gonna pretend like you don't exist. Yeah, I understand your position there completely. I do.
Well, you brought some, and there were some already here, but the white supremacists did just basically enslave everybody. You got the black aboriginals and the black from Africa, and just enslaved all of us and renamed us Negro. And you kind of needed us to build the country because this was supposed to be a country for white men. They couldn't build it on their own. They actually tried and they failed.
I would heavily disagree with that one, Tariq.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
absolutely, I would.
How so? What
Because you guys picked, I mean, like, I know this is like a pedestrian take, I'm very well aware of it, but it's the truth, is you guys picked cotton, okay? You made shirts for us. That
oh,
was
really?
effectively it. Yes, and
So,
that's
so,
why the whites, not that, no, that's why the rebels lost the Civil Wars because of climate. Do you understand why? Are you ready for this?
oh, I got to hear this.
Yes, absolutely. You see, the entire industry of the southern United States was built upon climates. And you know why that was? It's because the southern climate could more easily build or more easily create revenue based off of farming. The North cannot the North cannot produce cotton like the South can. They can't. And that was what naturally, as the path of least resistance would indicate, is that, okay, well, shit, you know what? We can make a hell of a lot of money off of picking a lot of cotton and making a lot of freaking wool t shirts or whatever, sending it all over the world. Because guess what? Every nigga needs clothes. Everybody. Everybody. But in the North, what they had to do to create economy was one of industry, one that produced steel, one that produced this, one that produced that. There was no some sort of uh, intellectual difference between the two of them. Actually, Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, these guys, they were incredibly intelligent, very, very effective fighters. They did an
Okay.
amazing job. However,
And let me okay, because you're kind of babbling. You can't just go into the whole 4chan babbling thing. You can't say something and just start babbling. We got to unpack this stuff. You said we pick cotton. Now let's unpack that. Let's unpack that because we did way more than pick cotton. But let's just go with that. Let's hold on. Let's just roll with that. Now I'm going to go into all the other stuff, but let's just hypothetically let's just roll with the whole narrative. We just pick cotton because every nigga needs shirts or whatever little troll joke you tried to throw in there. So here's the thing. If all we did was do something as simple as picking cotton, why couldn't you do it on your own? Why did your white supremacist brethren, when they tried to build colonies on their own without foundational black Americans, why did they all fail? If all it took is just you picking cotton, why couldn't you do something so simple, sir? Go ahead.
no, absolutely, I agree, and the reason for that is because it was quite literally slave labor because it was free, my friend. It was free to do such things.
So you would rather starve because they were starving to and dying, and all you had to do was, hey, I'll pick that cotton if it's that simple. They would rather starve to death and cannibalize each other because that's what was happening in Jamestown before the.
It's not that it was simple, man. I'm not trying to pretend like
Yep.
it was some inordinate task that was just easily done. It did take many hands. It took a lot of time, and it was
Okay,
difficult, and that's why it was done by slave labor.
okay, but you just made it seem very trivial, which we did way more than just pick cotton. But yeah, if it were that easy, your people would have just picked the cotton and not starved to death. They wouldn't sit over here cannibalizing each other.
That's the difference between a very particular task that is very tedious in manner and takes a lot of hands and a lot of time. So what I'm saying is yes, you say, well, blacks built America, whatever. I disagree with that outright and reject it. While
Who else?
the Go
Well,
ahead.
who built it, sir?
We,
Well, let me
oh,
hold it before we go into that. Just for the record, it wasn't just cotton we were dealing with as foundational Black Americans. We were doing rice cultivation, tobacco farming, sugar production, indigo production. We were doing the iron works and foundry work, sir. All the blacksmiths were Black at the time. We were producing the iron tools, producing the iron for the tracks. We were doing the shipbuilding over here. We're working in the shipyards. We're doing the construction. The White House was built by foundational Black Americans. We were also the architects of many of these buildings. Look up Brother Horace King, who was a very famous foundational Black American enslaved. He was enslaved, but he was a genius architect, and they were using him to build buildings and bridges. We were doing the timber and the lumber industry. We were clearing the brush, clearing the roads, clearing the way for tracks for trains and cities. This was a wilderness in many of these places. We were doing the brick making and the masonry and the textile and the livestock and animal um, domestication. We were working with these animals. We were doing the fishing and oystering, the brewing and distilling. We were making the liquor. Oh my goodness, we were the medical practitioners. We were the early doctors. You were being healed by us, sir. And then all of the other parts of the culture, that's American culture, we created from the music, from the foods. All of American culture has our footprint on it, sir. So without us, there would be no America, sir, right?
Tariq, I genuinely came in here to have a genuine discussion. At this point, I know you're kind of, are you a very good
Oh,
one. You are a
uh,
very good one. I will tell you that. I'm not telling you you're unintelligent. You are very intelligent.
but did
But
I say that was
no,
incorrect?
well,
Any
yes.
was
What about 75% of what you said is absolutely incorrect, and I don't have the time or
you
the
got
actual gumption to actually go and find all the sources for it. It would
then,
be very
then how can
tedious.
you then how can you say it's incorrect if you can't point out what's incorrect? Everything I said is very well documented. So how is that incorrect, sir? Hmm? I mean, yeah, I mean
Why are
every
you asking me whom while I'm muted, man? Like for sake, come on now. This
okay, it
is
might
yeah,
have been
don't
a double. It might
yeah.
have been a double. But go ahead.
Okay. So, I mean, it's obnoxious. I mean, it's very silly. And I'm really not. And that's not honestly not here to argue with you about like, well, yeah, you don't matter for shit. You're just farm equipment. That's not my It's really not. Okay? I'm not here. I've had over 3 dozen black friends. I'm from the South, man.
Oh, that
I
that,
got the yeah, yeah, yeah.
that that totally makes you not racist with all of your black friends. But yeah, go ahead. I'm completely convinced you're not a racist now. But go ahead. I don't know what that means, but go ahead. And do your black friends share these views with you? Are you
Yeah, they actually kind of agree with me. They actually do. I hit them up, say what's up, my nigga. Same shit. That's why that earlier the earlier thing that you said that was an insult. It wasn't me being trying to be passive aggressive. It was just the way I speak because I'm used to just saying nigga.
okay?
Um,
Well, you
Go
have
ahead.
friends, they Caribbean or Africa. I
Say
don't
what?
believe you. They must be your friends must be from the Caribbean or Africa, right?
Truth be told, I actually don't know what their full nationality is. They're just black people in
Yeah,
America.
it must be from the Caribbean somewhere or Africa. I don't see foundational Black Americans letting you talk the way you talk around them in person. We really don't play like that. But go ahead, sir. Go
No, but
ahead.
they did though, my friend. They did. They did very well. I
And
have quite literally picked. I've been at bars and found old black friends that I've had from years past and seen them, and they come up to me and I say, "My nigga," and I pick them up off the ground and like in an embrace because they're good friends of mine, you know. And a
now,
few, of course, would hate
now-
that, but they would
right.
not.
And that's what a lot of white women do when they see a naked black man. Ooh, my nigga, and they start putting soul pole in their jaws.
This is
But
true.
I'm
Some
right.
of them, the fat
But
ones at least.
but your friend, yeah, no, the fat ass ones, and that cootie is fat from being swole from the pole. But
Swole
a lot
from
of
the pole.
a lot of your friends, I'm thinking they might be Caribbean, so I don't think you got foundational Black American friends. Now, as far as you want to separate now, where who goes where? Now, where are you going to go as a white separatist? Where are you going to go?
Well, that's where the actual discussion begins, my friend. Is not that one is not clearly defined. That's not one I have a specific answer for. It's one that must be discussed.
Well, let's discuss it. Let's work out the logistics of it. Okay,
Yeah,
so you white people are 7% of the global population. You're very
correct.
small,
You are right on that.
you're very very small percentage. So where are you going to go? What are
We
you going to
could, man, I would just love to be able to have Europe be back to ourselves. I would even concede that. I would concede America to all the you guys to just let it all run to ruin. I really don't care. We'd all just go back and collectivize in another nation. That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
but,
But we
but you know,
can't. But we
sir,
can't.
but you go back to Europe, you're going to die off. You almost died off a few times in Europe. You had all these plagues.
Almost
The just
died off. Yeah, you're talking about the 15th century, man. Like
right, I'm
what is
saying.
this about?
Yeah, I mean, a few times. You guys literally almost died off a few times in Europe. The Justinian
Are
plague.
you are you talking about like disease as if shingles does not exist, as if AIDS has not completely destroyed the African community? Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't live in Africa, and also a lot of these diseases now were created by your brethren. So that's the problem. A lot of
Yes,
these.
yeah, it's all the white man's fault. I understand. Okay. So this is my whole point right here is that like
No,
instead of having this massive discourse,
no, this is something that you do. The white supremacists, they create diseases and then unleash them on populations. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is something that has been well documented. Yeah, right? You use diseases as warfare. Y'all learned that with the natives. Y'all understood how that smallpox was able to get a lot of people out the pain. So you're like, hey, we need to start manufacturing more of this. So yeah,
what you're attributing to Europeans is much more common to Semitic types. I can assure you that, my friend.
really.
You should do a bit. Well, actually, you know what, Tariq? If I'm being honest, I think you already know this. I think you're just playing a game. I
What
think you're aware of it.
what am I aware of, sir?
You're not. Don't bullshit me, Tariq. And I can already pick up on it. You know exactly what you're talking
What am I
about.
aware of? You tell me. I know
You're
what you're talking.
aware of the fact that the disease, the deception and the underhanded techniques of the world, the ones that seek to undermine rather than use direct force, come from Semitic culture, not white America. Nothing has ever come from white America like that. We build things, we care for people, and now we're not perfect. I can guarantee you.
Sir, the white supremacists have been the most genocidal people in recorded history, sir. That's either true or not true. Who's been more genocidal, wiping out millions of people besides the white supremacist? That's a question for you, sir. The white supremacists have wiped out millions of people throughout recorded history,
Oh,
even in
well, you want to go
modern.
back to the Bolshevik Revolution? Would you like to talk about that one?
We can go to how they deal with people in Africa, how they wiped out many Aboriginal people here on this land.
Very, yeah. Okay,
How
well, that's a very odd point to make when we're currently supplying.
the Australians, they didn't wipe many of them out. The Tasmanians, the white supremacists wiped all of them out. I mean, damn, even in Europe, you wiped each other out with the Holodomor and then the Holocaust and just so many things, sir. You're very, very genocidal, the white supremacists.
You just mentioned Tariq. I'm gonna request a very simple favor: is to stop beating me so I can make a point. I know you qualify it under yapping. It is actually all in
But here's the problem.
substantial warfare. Just okay. I'll let
Right,
you talk. Go ahead.
right, yeah, yeah. But the thing is, when both of us are talking, it gets kind of muddled and nobody can hear. So that's why when you make a point, I want to kind of elaborate on your point.
Then yes,
And
speak up and say something about it, and I will retort. But instead of muting me and sending me into the freaking shadow realm, just let me speak.
yeah, hold on, I got Robbie.
This is Tariq. You know what? I'll be his Huckleberry. This is what makes my Colin Powell. You will have people who are given every advantage known to modern man. And what happens is when people get done blaming Negroes and Jews, they wake up and they realize, like, holy crap, I'm recycled white trash from Europe, and the elite white man doesn't know what to do anymore. So people actually think Elon and Donald Dump is going to actually do something for them, when in reality, they're going to be blaming the Jews because the middle class is going to shrink. It's like these people are so gullible. And then to hear how hateful they are, I've come to this conclusion, and I'm speaking for myself, not Brother Tariq Nasheed, devil. Malcolm X had it right. I don't mean that in terms of like a deity. It's like every time they move their lips, they're liars. You got one set that are super greedy, and they just give white Jesus optimism and a baked potato to these troglodyte. They are lower than the urine that my shoelace drops in, and then they have the nerve to sit here and talk all this filth about us. But what it is he wakes up every day and he realizes, I'm failing in a country that was built for white men, and I'm too beta and bitch made to compete. So what that means is they're about to become the uncivilized cavemen that they always have been. But I'm just saying, bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it, win or lose, because the whole point is we're not being intimidated. We're not going anywhere. It's not our fault that you're a failure. It's not our fault. Like you said, you didn't have to be a DEI hire. You didn't have to be somebody smart and intelligent. All you had to do was be a fake white Christian, and they were giving you land. But you thought you were going to have an advantage, and then you tried to what is it, disenfranchise us with reconstruction. You would have had an ally, quote unquote, to go against the Jews and the elites, but you didn't do it. So now you're gullible. So here we got to do now, Tariq, while we're trying to build and get ours, is listen to a bunch of beta male crybabies. This guy is Hitler on soy milk. And you know what? When he dies, he's going to have two pallbearers because a trash can only has two handles. And I'm going to land my plane.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Actually, I kind of bang with this. Like, I mean, I disagree with it outright, obviously, but I mean, it is very funny. I'll give him that. I mean, he's not, he does not lack a reverence in his speaking voice. But I would say this: it's a very simple concept. Is that we really, really have done a lot for you people, and if you really,
Really?
this
What?
really,
Like what?
Tariq,
What?
if
Like
you really wanted, if you really
like
wanted what you say you want,
like what? Tell me what you've
then
done for
why do we have given you people every advancement in medicine on earth. We have given you every invention on earth. We have given the air conditioning in your house right now belongs to us, every bit of it. And
no.
that's not
No.
me being like angry or like whatever. I'm really not like trying to be an asshole here. I'm just like saying like, man, I tell you what, here's the deal. Why don't you take everything we did, take it back to, you can go to Africa, Jamaica, you can go to Asia. I don't care. It's fine, man. It really is. I'm not sitting here trying to be an asshole about any of this stuff. I just want you to understand that yes, there should be a separation. And why is that a problem? Why are you so scared of being separated from white people?
Sir, sir, first of all, these inventions. I want to know about these inventions, sir.
You really think you really?
Yeah,
I'm not okay. Look, if you were going to claim that any of those things were made by black people, I've got to leave. I can't. Not like a threat or anything. Obviously, you don't even want me here in the first place. But I'm just like, I'm not
but
going to debate this
no, you just sat here and said you created all of these inventions for us, and then you
for
named
everyone.
for everyone, and you just then you said the air conditioning, and there was the modern air conditioner.
Holy, please stop.
Jones, I mean, that's the foundation of Black American man, sir. Just that's very ironic. You would name an air conditioning, and
Yes, very ironic.
Or most of the stuff you will name, a foundational Black American invented it or had a hand in inventing it, sir. You can't sit here and say you did us a favor. We were the ones coming up with many of the inventions. That's why foundational Black Americans.
Well, first of all, I didn't do shit. Okay, I'm just some lucky rich boy from wherever, which I'm not going to even say. But I am not going to pretend as though I personally did anything in that manner. So
You just talk
do
about
not think I'm claiming such accolades, sir.
okay, but tell me some more stuff that we need to thank you for. What have you done for us? What have you given us?
You don't need to thank me for shit. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do is we need to be
No,
able to have a rational conversation.
I gotta slow you down. If you say something, please elaborate. I have to know, what are all these things you've done for us? Please tell me. White people, what have white people done for us? All these, just you just rolled out the red carpet for us. Please tell me, sir. I'm begging to hear this.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. Are you
Go.
aware of the country of what used to be Rhodesia, my friend?
What does that have to do with foundational Black Americans?
It
That
doesn't
was
have anything to
Indian
do with it. It has to do with genetics. Are you following this?
there practicing white supremacy, and Mugabe and those guys ran them out. What does that have to do with anything?
Okay, well, how's Zimbabwe doing? I'm asking you that question outright.
Zimbabwe is actually a beautiful place. They're doing fine. They have sanctions on them, but they're beautiful people over there and they're doing fine. What does that have to do with me?
Why don't you go and live in Zimbabwe?
I'm a
Why would
foundation.
you not go there?
I've been there. I visited, love the people. I'm a foundational Black American. This is my homeland. Why would I move to a foreign land?
One that you would not love to when you I would love to go to Italy. I would love it. Even though it is not my homeland, I'm not scared of going to Italy.
No, you wouldn't. You would be there. You wouldn't go. And Italy is basically in rubbles. It's a tourist attraction. It's not really popping like that over there.
I
It's
disagree. Tuscany is actually a nice place.
yeah, yeah, but you got to be rich to live over there on the coast.
Yeah,
But
well.
uh, yeah, that has nothing to do with me though. I
It
still
ha-
want to know.
it has
You
everything to do with you, Tariq.
all
And I found you. I found you. I mean, you're very
you're
little in
deflecting,
my
sir.
purview. I'm not deflecting shit. I'm just moving on with the conversation because it's not important. I mean, do you want to come back? Do you want to start?
Okay. I want to know all of these things that white society has done for Black people here in America. I'm dying to hear this.
Society.
What happened? Okay, you're breaking up, sir.
Yes, Tariq, because you keep muting me. Are you,
I might be because I'm getting dumb listening to your mayo babble.
dude?
You just
Would you
mayo.
shut the up and just listen for a second? Stop muting me.
No, you're crashing out because you're just saying shit you
Yes,
can't.
yes, yes. Because you're holding the space. Would you listen for a second and I'll answer your question? How about that? Okay.
You're, sir, you're getting mayo mad. You're becoming a mayo
Yes.
man. You're a mayo maniac. Calm down.
Absolutely. Male maniac is the worst menace in the world. That's a terrifying thing.
Just calm down. You're not at your meth dealer's house. You can calm down. Everything
Oh
is gonna be
man. Yeah, I wish I had a meth dealer.
all
Fuck.
right. Anyway, now you're deflecting and babbling. So there you go. Thank
No,
you so
no, Tyreek, we're
yeah, thank you so much. Let me get you out. Yeah, I want you to elaborate on all the shit you done for us. Oh, I want to hear that. Yeah, he knew that mentioning inventions ain't gonna work. Yeah, we gave you the air conditioning. You gave us the air conditioner? He don't want he knew not to start with no more inventions. He knew not to go there. He knew not to go there. So yeah, he went on and changed the subject. You didn't do shit for us. Let's be very clear. Nobody has done anything to really help foundational Black Americans. Everything we have, we had to get it out the mud. We had to do everything for ourselves. Everything. Nobody did us no favor. We ain't no damn immigrants. See, this is why we got to watch that African American stuff. See, that makes us comparable to immigrants. So immigrants come over here and just benefit from what's already here. Everything over here of significance, really, man, we've had our foot in the foundation of it. We have our footprint in it. We have our fingerprints in it. as foundational Black Americans. We had to build all this stuff up from the ground up. We're the foundation of all of this stuff. They try to deny that. They try to play these games and then start crashing out when we remember. See, this is why these folks hate for us to know history and be educated. That's why when he was talking about his Black friends, and I believe he do have some Black friends. I believe that they're tethers. He's all, hey, my nigga, and all that. Those are the kind of people, Black folks, that he's used to. The folks that'll let him walk around talking that nonsense. Well, you can't talk that nonsense around us. You can't come across with that patronizing jargon with us. We don't play like that.
Work in the morning, work in the after.